Hello guys, and welcome to a Mortician's Tale. Don't really entirely know what this game is about, but it's a Mortician's Tale, so definitely related to death, I suppose. September 14, 10:50 a.m. I got mail. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie, is that me? Welcome Charlie, nice to meet ya. My name's Matthew and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to ya and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to ya when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Are you the director? Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Wait, is this mail first or that first? Oh, this one is first. Weird. From Amy Rose. Hello everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Wait, I'm the funeral director. Okay. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon, so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director. Hold up, you're the founder and director and you're a funeral director, but I'm also a funeral director? Weird. Don't really understand how that works. Nice website, whoa! I mean, I don't know what the prices are for funeral stuff, but whoa. Rose and Daughters Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the last 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors. There's a typo here, right? Grief counselors in the area. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. That's wonderful. Hello Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. There's a lot of stations. Jen Love? Who's this? Huh, I guess my subject lines, what? Good luck you beautiful, smart babe, you. Okay. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now. Now that we are business professionals, I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London on serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. Yeah, take that. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I sign you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift /I love you /am super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Why'd you sign me up for a newsletter? Seems like that's something I should do. Museum curator. You all have awesome jobs. What the hell? So reply with an auto response. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. Wait, what are you asking me to do first of all? Today's task. Hello Charlie, hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. Oh, I didn't know that. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body. but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon! Special request for my mother's funeral? Mia Garcia. Isn't this the same picture from the, the director? Dear Mia, of course we will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Oh, this is an email from her to her. Oh, this is like forwarding or something. This is so weird reading emails. Take care. Okay, so no embalming, but you want to clean the body. Okay. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would greatly appreciate it, and we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Best, Mia. I should have read this like from bottom to top because, you know, emails, but this is so confusing. It should go the other way. Oh, whatever. Oh, look, there's a monthly newsletter thing that I think my girlfriend subscribing to. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Yeah, it should work, but apparently we need guidelines for people to follow. Number 1, don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and a place. What? But this? Why is there so many typos? But this is a time and a place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. 3, don't get drunk. Who gets drunk at a funeral? Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful when with the grieving family and friends. 4, happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experience with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. 5, give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple, I'm thinking of you can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can be even just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows that you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. I mean, those are actually some pretty good tips. Did I not read all the emails? Why is it still popping up here? I thought I read everything. Oh, wait, I was supposed to respond to something. Right, so embalming. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. I guess this is the body. What else is here? There's nothing else in here. Alright, let's start the cleaning process. Okay, are their eyes open? Because that's kind of freaking me out. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Sponge. This thing? Sponge. Clean. Oh, okay. I don't like that their eyes are open. Why are they open? That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay, that's cool. I love how you changed already. Hello, family of the deceased. Or, yeah, that's correct. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's heavy sigh. Yeah, I guess. Okay. That's cool. It's like paying your respects. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Who is this? Is this another, like, family member, or is this someone that I work with? I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Now you miss them. Who's this? This is a kid? I was kind of small. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Well, Mommy is busy talking about her pantyhose. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Yeah, after it's done, you're definitely dead. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Okay, are any of these the family? They all sound like family friends. Or maybe this might be the family. Because he was talking about how he missed the knitting stuff. October 11th. What was the previous date? We jumped a whole month. Oh. I was like, wait, this is not working. I couldn't click on it. She was busy doing something. I guess I should read from bottom up, right? Although they're all set on the same date, so it doesn't matter, I guess. What to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture? We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly. Be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For silk funerals, I think that's how you say that word, I might be saying that wrong, color of the clothing isn't as important as dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or a partner, this day is not about you. So be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral, or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Actually, these newsletters are pretty helpful, I would say. A story about death. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed. In a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messed me and my friends up real good. But so the big day. We all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend at a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've got fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling. Because go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, Yeah, it really is. There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, this has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. The decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Yeah, I mean, why not? Somebody has to do it, I guess. Okay, should I read from... Yeah, I should read from down to up, I think. From Mia Garcia. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together. It meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way, and I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. That's nice, I guess. And now who's the next client, I guess? Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best. Well, do I have any questions? I don't know. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. I'll get right... Well, hold on, let me read this email first. I'm so frustrated right now. Is this the girlfriend? Okay, let's read this first, I think, right? Yeah. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, cough, male colleagues, cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in Fox concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Ugh, sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'm not knowledgeable enough about corsets to give any thoughts about that, so you do you, Jen. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, sigh, it's actually been associated with visceroptibus? I don't know what that is. Which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant, so... Too long didn't read. Corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Oh, you're having a day that I can't really help you with because I don't understand corsets. They certainly look like they're tight as heck. Okay, is there anything new here? It's just always the website, right? So let's get on this. Embalming only, right? I like how you change clothes. So bizarre. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Okay. Let's start by cleaning the body. Yeah, I still don't like that the eyes are like squishy sponge. The eyes are like open. Why are they open? I really don't think they need to be open. Did they clean it? Just shave it too? Weird. I didn't know they shaved the bodies. This is so unnerving. Like, this person is dead, but their eyes are open. They look so sad. In order to break rigor mortis, you have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. This? Oh. Bizarre. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. What? Oh god, this sounds really kind of gross. So you drag it into the eye? Okay. To keep the eye shut, you need to glue them! Oh my god. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. I wonder if these are like actually accurate. Because I did not know that about dead bodies. So glue. Right? Onto each eye? I already glued it. God, can you imagine? You're like at a funeral and the eye is suddenly open? That would be so scary. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball as the mouth gives shape. Wow. That's so weird. I mean, it makes sense, but god, it's so weird. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Really? Wow. They must hide it really well then, because I don't feel like I've seen that. But then again, it's kind of been a while since my last funeral, I guess. I don't know. Click and drag the lotion over body, moisturize it. Moisturize. Oh no, I missed the spot. Moisturize, okay. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalp over the neck to make an incision. Okay, snip snip. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube to drag it into the next incision. Tube. Click on the cannula and drag it onto the carotid artery? This is how you get the preserving chemicals in the bloodstream. What's the cannula? This thing? Drag it into the thing? Like, just here? Okay, and then connect the embalming machine to the cannula, which is this thing, right? Yeah? No? Tubing? How did... I don't know what I'm doing. This is the embalming machine, right? So did I just connect it here? No. This is tubing, so how do I do it? Oh, okay. Now we turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you have to massage them through the body. Okay, massage. God, it's weird. Massage. And massage. I really wonder if this is how the process goes. They did all this research to make this game. I mean, I feel like it would make sense. I don't know if it's the exact process, but I mean, it seems legit. How come we don't massage this side off? Weird. Okay, now we sew it up. Needle. Suture. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, this thing. And then click and hold on the adamant until all the liquid has been drained. So like this. God, that is so weird. Oh, then draining it. Drained. Okay. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. It's time to attend the funeral. I love how you wear the exact same thing to every funeral. Is it gonna be culturally appropriate? I don't know what the culture is though. Open casket. He looks awfully gray though. I feel like you were supposed to put some makeup on to make him match the skin color more. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Did he? Is this game playing on some game console? Humming to himself. Typical kids at a funeral. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. Okay. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? I mean, he died of old age, so... Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird. How our bodies just stop working like that? Yeah, this conversation, right? They don't even talk about the person all that much. I mean, this person did, I guess.